a little, I'm creating some drama here on the ramp right now.
This is part 2 we go.
Do you still have F-16s, and if so, would you ever kind of deploy those into a real-world mission or do anything with them?
Yeah, great question. We actually don't have any that are ours, but Duluth, Minnesota has been pulling alert in Madison since we got the F-35 and got rid of our F-16s. So we're going to switch that back here soon, and we're going to take the alert mission back from them. But we've actually had generally four Duluth airplanes pulling alert in Madison since we changed over. So those are really staffed by Duluth pilots, and some of our maintainers actually kind of do both airplanes right now. Question, and maybe I heard you say, I asked something about initial flight. So generally speaking, in the F-35, for someone like me who's experienced fighter pilot, it's a little shorter course. So if you have a certain number of hours and you're going to do certain things, it's about a 3 months kind of studying time frame that we do. Most of it is on emergency procedures and in sims. So I did about 25 sims, and then believe it or not, I did 3 flights. The first one obviously is on your own, so you only have 1 seat. And then I did a total of 3 flights, and then I went back to my unit that trained me to fight there. So for more senior people like that, we're actually only doing 3 flights until we go back to the unit. But if you're a brand new person off the street, you're spending almost a year after a year of pilot training before you're really flying your first flight. And then even that, when you get to your unit, it's usually about another 6 months of training before you'd actually be certified to go into combat. So probably like a 3-year process if you're a brand new pilot until you do your first full combat certified flight. So thank you.
Basically a degree and
prepare your body for those types of G-forces, and to do it for that period of time without blacking out or getting into a vertical state where you lose. You know, sometimes your brain can only process what's in front of you.
And when we dogfight, the disorientation is a real problem. Believe it or not, in this jet, it's a little bigger and the glare shield's different. In the F-16, you're a little more susceptible in weather just because you're kind of almost sitting up over the glare shield, and all you see in full weather is basically that screen above you. This has a helmet that's a little different, I'll say better, in some ways too for that process. So it's a long process to get where you're confident to do that. But it is definitely, when we lose fighters, generally it's one of 2 things. Someone G-locks or someone has a spatial disorientation incident. Now, this jet actually has, no kidding, a red guarded switch that you can flip and recover the airplane at any time, and it will do a full recovery for you and fly used to. I will tell you, the F-16, the sustainment of Gs is much, much worse than this thing is. Any jet that pulls high alpha, so high AOA, is going to bleed the airspeed to sustain G much differently than like an F-16, which will, do a max of 23 to 25 AOA, but operate at extremely high airspeed and try to fight a different fight because of the control. So that one was much worse for high Gs. This one I can do the old man BFM, pull it to 50, slow it down and drop it like I'm just sitting in a chair, hopefully shoot at somebody. So it's much better on your back and neck than that airplane is. But yeah, great question, and that is probably the hardest things we work at in the fighter pilot world as far as safety of flight.
Got time for 1 or 2 more. We got one right here.
What is the importance of the color of the tint?
Oh, you're saying of?
Oh, you're talking about the inside?
I'm not sure exactly. All the tints are a little different, but yeah, the foil is just up there for the sun. And then obviously, if you're just talking paint too, this is a particularly preserved surface. So, that's actually a great painted jet as well. But the F-35 in particular, we took a lot of our maintenance from other positions and actually go to just maintain the canopy and the skin at all times, so it's relatively flawless. But hopefully that answers your question. Thank you.
And then you had one more real quick.
What's the difference between the F-35 and the F-22?
Yeah, quite a bit. Obviously, this is a single-engine jet primarily, and what they were built to do is 2 different things a little bit. The F-22 is an awesome airplane, built a little bit more to be a high-altitude air supremacy jet. And then what we have internally and how we carry weapons, we're really more built to, we can do some of that as well. We're certainly not as capable at high altitude. We don't go as fast. We can't turn with thrust vectoring, but our stealth is a little bit different because we're a little bit newer. And we have weapons that are internally carried, so we can shoot at those surface-to-air systems and try and escort other airplanes in sort of a non-permissive environment that we talk about. So very similar in a lot of ways, but think generally air supremacy, and then this is.
So I want to ask you one last question, which is maybe for the pilots as they fly. Piece of advice, you've done a ton of time in fighters. You have a piece of advice for all of us that are pilots that we could bring into our personal flying as we cruise around at 105 knots over the horn?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the one thing that I learned so much about being a military pilot and a fighter pilot in particular is being prepared. So coming into your flight and taking time to prepare, to think about what you want to improve on, what you want to get from that flight every day. And then take a little time to debrief either who you're flying with or yourself, because that debrief is really, in the fighter world especially, is where we get a quality kind of change to everything we're doing. And we do what's called a rank off debrief. So I'm a colonel, but if I'm flying with a captain and I do something wrong, it is full etiquette where he can tell me I did something wrong in that debrief, and I need to take and be constructive with that, and then we walk out the door and everything goes back to the way we were. So I think I challenge you when you're doing your flights here at EAA or other places at home is try and make yourself a better pilot every day, and do that brief and debrief before and after you fly, and it'll really help what you're doing. So thanks.
I'm already doing that, but I'll continue to do that. Can I get a round of applause for Colonel Van Roo here? So appreciative of you taking the time. Thank you for your service. Particularly feeling a little proud to have you here in Wisconsin, being a Wisconsinite. Folks, this has been a great week. This is the final Plane Talk interview of AirVenture 2025. And if you indulge me for a second, sir, I want to just get a round of applause for the video and the audio crews. We've got Sean on the video side, and I've got Paul and Will on the audio side. They've been with me all week in the heat, in the rain, for it. So thank you so much for them. Thank you to EAA for allowing us to do this again this year. It's been a great time. Of course, to all of you coming, it's been really, really fun. You can watch all the interviews we did all week at eaa.org/live, including this one in just a few hours, so you can relive the experience and how much you enjoyed it. So everyone go check those out. We will see you next year, Oshkosh 26. Thank you so much.
But is there a way like you I don't know.
Probably that's gonna be the shooters. The shooters with the GB1 Game Bird plane.
Typically the card.